Good Saturday morning, everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland. I hope your Saturday's off to a great start. It's a cold one here in the mid-Michigan area. It's February. What do you want? Of course, it's going to be cold, but it's been chilly cold. What do we got right now? I'm looking here, 9 degrees here, but at least we have some sunshine today. So those of you local, by the way, roads are okay in spots, but we had some wind last night. It's not even black ice. You can see it right there, and you come up on a sheet of ice while driving where the winds were kind of drifting over. So be careful out there for a bit this morning till they get those roads treated. But otherwise, it's going to be a beautiful day here, albeit a little chilly in mid-Michigan. So hopefully it's nice wherever you are and you get out and enjoy yourself in some way, shape, or form today. So lots of good stuff to talk about. It's a busy week here at the store. Stick around. We'll talk about Record Store Day. I've got a couple of high dollar collectibles that went out in the drop yesterday that I want to give you a little more info on, as well as some of the new releases that we did get in the store here yesterday for yesterday's big release day. But first, as we do all the time, let's head over. There's a lot of you here this morning. Hey, everybody. Let's check out the YouTube side of things and say hello to a few folks. Jennifer, I think that's you up there saying hello. There it is. Good morning. Good morning to you. Thanks for being here. In before the YouTube guidelines. Gary and Doogies, all the crew there. Good morning. TC from TKR Video Central. Good morning to you, sir, as well as Betty in Toledo. Sunny, ignoring the cold best as possible. Lee checking in. Couldn't make it to work today. Snowdrift was too high. Yep. Just spend some time going through that Record Store Day list, sir. You will have fun. Hang on just a second here, folks. This is an odd one. I'm back. Sorry about that. I had a sneeze come out of nowhere there. I hate when that happens. All right. Fred in Grand Rapids saying hi, as well as Gerard. Good morning to you as well. Mike checking in, and how many Ozzy and Hello Kitty dolls? You know, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. That's the RSD list. Karen, happy Saturday to you, as well as David checking in from a very cold Pennsylvania. Know the feeling, sir. Southern California. Steve Chesney checking in. Good morning. You guys got some weather there. It's always sunny there, but it only rains. How's that go in Southern California? I forget how that goes. The brisk Upper East Side of Midland, Pat checking in and saying hi. It never rains in Southern California. That's how that goes. Gotcha. All right. Well, let's get right into it, shall we? There is a lot of stuff to talk about, and we might as well hit that Record Store Day thing first and foremost, because out of the clear blue, you know, I think the past couple weeks in the live update, I've been saying mid-February, folks, we'll get to the Record Store Day list. Lo and behold, the list dropped. I think it's at least 2 weeks early, if not a little long and a little further ahead. Now, I've got some theories on this. Steve and I are going to talk about that in the podcast coming up. But regardless of whether or not it's early or not, the Record Store Day list 2026 is here. Speaking of Steve, I see him checking in as well. Good morning. Awesome day in Denver. But yeah, Steve and I are going to go cover the Record Store Day list in the podcast. I'll give you a little more info on that. But it is here. It is a reality. The list is getting some positive reactions so far, stuff that we're seeing and hearing about and reading online. Folks seem generally happy with it. I mean, obviously, there's going to be some detractors here or there. But as I said, Steve and I are going to break that list down in detail in the podcast coming up on Sunday evening. So, Record Store Day for the uninitiated, and I do need to kind of get this out from time to time. I've got another sneeze, folks. Hang on just a second here. What the heck? I swear I don't have a cold, honestly. I'm just kind of sneezing for some reason this morning. So for the uninitiated, Record Store Day, because I am getting some questions on this from folks that have never really experienced it before. There's still some people coming in that want to learn and know how this. We cannot reserve or hold or pre-sell or price gouge on anything. Those are the rules of Record Store Day. In order for a store like ours to participate in the biannual event, both in April and the one on Black Friday in November, we have to agree to abide by these rules that we're not going to hold pre-sell or pre-order, anything like that. But what we do here, and I think a lot of other stores do this as well, we rely on you folks to tell us what it is you'd like us to try to get a hold of. Now, it's not a guarantee, mind you. We can order 100 copies of something and end up getting one, but that's kind of the way it works, especially with some of these lower press number items. So what we have done, and what we've done for the past several years, is we have put up a wish list form. It's a Google Doc form that I can share via email. It's up on our Facebook page right now. If you'd like a copy and you don't do Facebook, just send me an email here at the store and we will send that out to you. But you fill that form out and it's list basically the item that you'd like us to try to get a hold of. We use those forms as a guidepost to help with our ordering, because I don't want to order 30 copies of something that nobody wants, where I'm going to try to concentrate our purchases and our orders where the interests lie with you folks. So it's very important that if you are planning on stopping by on Record Store Day for us, that you hit that list up, toss your wish list items in there so we have a guide as far as what we can order. But again, putting your name on that list and putting in the items that you'd like us to get does not guarantee that you will get a hold of those items. It's, again, just for us to use as kind of a guide when ordering these things. So that's kind of the way Record Store Day works. So the list is up, or the form is up, rather. So if you get a chance to go through the list, go to recordstoreday.com and then look for or ask for the link to our Google Doc for the wish list, and we'll get that sent out to you, or just click on Facebook. I will pin that to the top of the Facebook page also, and I'll make sure to put it up on Twitter X. I can't do much with Instagram, whatever on those guys. But the deadline, this is the other important thing, is Sunday the 15th. So you've got just over a week to mull over your decisions on the wish list for Record Store Day, and then get that submitted to us by Sunday evening on the 15th of February, just a little over a week from today, a week and a day from today. And that gives us a couple of days to digest the list and get our orders ready for our distributors. And then the game begins at that point, and we'll see how we do as far as the draw, getting the items that we ask for. But again, if you have something very, very in particular you're looking for, let us know. We will add that to our list, and we'll do our best to get a copy here on the store for April 18th on Record Store Day. But again, the first portion of this is the list. But yeah, even before that, even before the list, you guys have to go to Record Store Day and make your decisions. That's where Two Guys Talking About Records comes in. For what it's worth, Steve and I have opinions on things, and we're going to spew them out regarding this year's list. We'll cover the highlights overall, what we think are going to be some of the bigger sellers, some of the more tough things to get, and just overall, general overall impressions. Now, there's a 1,000 of these videos out on YouTube now with folks already dissecting the list. What makes this one, I think, in my humble opinion, a little bit cooler is that Steve and I will go into it, but we are also able to offer the suggested retail prices on these items. So because I've got access to that through our price lists and our order forms, I can let you folks know what that particular item is going to go for. So Steve and I will go through the list, and we'll give you our opinions. We'll give you what we think is going to be hot, what we think is going to be easily attainable, and we'll give you the prices on those. So you can check that out every Sunday evening on our podcast. Well, this coming Sunday evening, we'll do the Record Store Day episode. That is Two Guys Talking About Records. We're on the Believe Podcast Network. We're here on YouTube if you're subscribed. You can also pick it up on Spotify, iHeart, Apple, Amazon, really anywhere that you end up getting a podcast. So make sure that you take a couple minutes and check that out if you would, please. We much appreciated. All right, let's see. A couple other folks checking in. Dan Corbett saying, good morning, sir. Good morning to you. Hope all is well. And Ryan checking in with a standard, hey, sir. Good to see you here this morning. All right, some cool items in yesterday's drop. If you haven't had a chance, go back on our drop video. It was really kind of Fleetwood Mac centric and Fleetwood Mac adjacent in the vinyl drop yesterday. Most of that stuff is gone. There's still a few goodies left, but we did get picked over pretty well yesterday. So check that video out when you get a chance. But the highlights of some of the new stuff, let me cover those. This is a biggie. This is Joe Bonamassa and his salute to B.B. King, celebrating the King of the Blues, his, I think what would have been his 100th birthday, the centennial celebration of B.B. King. Bonamassa put together really a star-studded tribute to B.B. King with this. It's a triple LP on black vinyl. So Joe Bonamassa along with, and I'm going to have to really go through this list. We've got the likes of Kingfish Ingram, Marcus King is on here, Susan Tedeschi and Derek Trucks, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Buddy Guy is on here, Miles Kennedy, Mid-Michigan's own Larry McRae, which is actually really darn cool that he's in here, Chaka Khan, Eric Clapton, Jimmy Vaughn, Larkin Poe, Kebmo is on here, George Benson even, Gary Clark Jr., Ian Neville, Paul Rogers, Dion is on here as well, Train. Wow, holy cow, I didn't realize half of those are on here. Okay, triple LP, a little expensive because of that, but could be worth it with a lot of great blues from Joe Bonamassa and friends. And yes, one of these is probably going to have to be open for quality control purposes. We'll do that at some point today to check that honkin' thing out. Other new releases from yesterday, Pussifer, and their new album, Normal Isn't. I've got 2 copies left of the orange swirl vinyl version. I think I've got some black vinyl version coming in next week, but this is going to do it for the indie exclusives on the orange vinyl. So I've only got those 2 left in. If you are a fan of, was Maynard, right? Yep. The Pussifer is an odd one. We get them in there. So Joji P-I-S-S in the Wind on this one is the name of it. This is a standard black vinyl version. There was some indie exclusives on this, but they disappeared from our distributors and nowhere to be seen. So I don't know if they oversold or undersold, rather oversold, but all we have is black vinyl version. I've got a copy of this Joji right in stock, one of them. Notable reissue from yesterday as well, Blur. They put out a bunch of them. I've only got the Blur Leisure left in stock. I might be able to get more. For those of you looking for Blur reissues, we'll have them next week if you want to. But I do have 1 copy of Leisure left in as of this morning. And then just a side note, I wanted to listen to my Brubeck at some point this week, so I picked up some Time Out reissues. A couple of different cool ones. This is a Wax Time on orange vinyl with extra tracks, I believe. It's got a couple of extra ones, and then a blue vinyl version from Doll Records in their blue collection. Both of them priced, tremendously modestly, 20 and 23 bucks. So if you're a fan of Brubeck stuff, Time Out, yep, I wanted to listen to mine tomorrow, so we're going to toss those in there. All right, I mentioned a couple of vintage vinyl ones. Let me look at the time. I'm good there. We put out a couple of big ones yesterday. If you want to check that video out again, it's just our drop video from yesterday. But I wanted to highlight these. First up being this very interesting 10-inch punk various artist called Short Circuit, live at the Electric Circus. This is from 1978, but in looking at this, it was a recording made in 77 at the Electric Circus in Manchester, overseas, there in England. Recorded in October, marking the final nights of the venue before it closed for good in the late 70s. Virgin Records then put this together based on recordings of that. Let's see, now Warsaw is a group that is on here. This was their last performance as Warsaw before they changed their name to Joy Division. So there's some cool stuff on here. The Fall is on here as well. What do we got? The Fall, John Cooper Clarke, Joy Division. They billed them as Joy Division, even though it was Warsaw performing. Steel Pulse, The Fall, and Buzzcocks are on here as well. Pretty rare. It is in the triple digits. It's an orange vinyl reissue. Comes with a poster and a pink vinyl 7-inch of comedian John Dowie on here as well. So that is the complete original release. Very cool. If you're interested in that, contact me here. Now, here's the big one. Got to be serious about this one, folks. Here is a Green Day. This is an original copy of Dookie, and just because, if anybody's curious, this came out of the personal collection. It's a triple digit, a healthy triple digit, but what makes this rare is it's the Ernie cover. If you have done any collecting, you see that Green Day got sued by putting Ernie from Sesame Street on the back. And then it was discontinued, and all subsequent reissues have Ernie airbrushed out. So this is an original copy of that Ernie cover. It also has a gold promo stamp. However, it is not a promotional label. So a couple of biggies. Yeah, those are the serious consideration ones. If you are serious about that, contact me here at the store, and we will get that going for you. All right, let's head back over to the YouTube side of things before we chill out, literally out of here. And see, we talked to Dan and Ryan already saying hi. Let's see. Good morning from Syracuse. Over 110 inches of snow already this year. Congratulations, you guys. Those are rookie numbers. Got to bust those up a little bit from the UP side of things. I'm kidding, Syracuse. You guys get it. And Northern New York, you are stalwarts up there as well. I'll put you on par with Sault Ste. Marie We'll get there a little bit, and the Keweenaw as well. And Pat checking in on the Joe B. I'll pull one aside for you, sir. All right. Kidding about the rookie numbers. You guys take care with the with the snow in Syracuse. Eastern Erie and Ontario really get pummeled as well. So, all right, folks, I think that is going to do it for today. We will get the turntable spinning. Might crack that Bonamassa if we got a couple left, and we'll see what that sounds like for you. Don't forget the podcast, Two Guys Talking About Records. We do that every Sunday night with our good friend Steve Carlson. Again, this week we are talking about the Record Store Day 2026 list. We'll dissect it. We'll give you some thoughts and predictions and the prices, most importantly, on that as well. So stop by the store if you're out and about today in the Midland, Michigan area, 716 George Street, just north of the downtown. Parking lot's relatively clear. I did some work on it yesterday to get the snow moved out of there when it was slushy, but now it's all frozen again, so just take care out there. Open today, Saturday, from now until 4 p.m., and then tomorrow, Sunday, from 12 noon until 4 p.m. also. Off on Monday and Tuesday, then back at her next week. I guess there's some sort of, this is my Rock and Roll Land t-shirt from Green Bay, by the way. That's why it says R&R L. And yeah, I guess there's some sort of big game or something happening here. It's a superb owl. I'll have to post my Rush album again tomorrow. Enjoy that if you so desire. And we will talk to you folks next week from Radio Wasteland Records. I think my voice got one more sneeze in here and then we'll have it all day. You folks have a great week, and we'll talk to you next time from Radio Wasteland. Thanks.